This week, guys, a fun little blind resume ranking test presented by ZipRecruiter. Try ZipRecruiter for free. ZipRecruiter.com/option. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. So we partnered with ZipRecruiter here, and we're going to put up this graphic. 5 resumes of teams that are currently in the college football playoff rankings. And you're going to tell me, of these 5, I'm curious, who is the number 1 team in your eye? Just of these 5 programs. I'll tell you the brands in a little bit, but we look at them right now. All right. So we've got the record, offense and defense, where they're ranked in the nation, the amount of ranked wins. Team number 1's got the most, by the way, at 2. And then the strength of schedule. And there's a couple big ones, right? Number 1, strength of schedule, 81. Team number 3, strength of schedule, 100. So this is the old blind test brought to you by ZipRecruiter. And Mark, you start staring at these numbers. What are the first thing, maybe what's the first thing that draws your eye? Because I see that 10-0 at team 3, and that pulls me in immediately.
Yeah, the 10-0, the second ranked offense, the 7th ranked defense, and then 100 strength of schedule is
and then it falls
crazy.
Off the cliff.
I think I know who that is, by the way. I think we all know who that is, by the way.
So too.
But the 8-2, the 5th and the 6th ranked defense with the 1 ranked win and the 23rd ranked schedule. Like, we always talk about the quality of your wins. We always talk about the strength of your schedule being respected as such. And team 1 has 2 ranked wins, but they're 81 strength of schedule. So I'm like, this thing is difficult.
This is hard.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to get Coach's
what's
reaction.
What's your question for me?
I want to know, and I don't want it right now because I want Coach to kind of look at these numbers and spit it out. But I'm going to come back to you, Mark. I want to know, who is your top team of those 5 programs as you look at the ZipRecruiter blind resume? Who is your top team? Mark, I'm sorry, Coach, what are the numbers that kind of end up, I guess, influencing your thought process on this as we stare them down?
Yeah, I've coached in the Big Ten, the SEC, but I also coach in the Mountain West and the Mid-America Conference. But my eyes go right to who you play. I don't know how that to me is the number 1. If you got rank wins and who you play. If you have a loss,
strength of schedule is your kind of number 1 component. Yeah, on this
I look at the 10-0. It's great, but then I go boom right over there, and I'm like, wait a minute. So
are you putting a red line through team number 3 right now with that 100?
Oh, kind of. And I hate that because I love players and I love good, well-coached teams, and obviously they are.
And that's a really well-coached team.
That is a really well. I mean, if
I'm right with my assumptions,
we'll tell you who team 3 is in a moment. Go on, Coach.
So that's where I go, and I think this committee is going to be, man, they're in a street fight and I still think at some point maybe we will. We're going to take Georgia's schedule, and you put SMU, put Miami, put Brigham Young, and you say, okay, what's truth and what's real, and not, once again, we are not defaming what these freaking players are doing to go 10-0, because that's hard. Mark, you know it's hard. Rob, you know it's hard. I know it's hard.
Winning matters.
But there's also a lot of reality here.
Yeah, winning matters, but also who you play matters too.
Right.
All right, so Mark, I go back to you, then Coach, it's your turn. Who is your top team, Mark, of those 5, and why? Or maybe who is it between? Are you caught between 2 programs right now?
It's just so hard, man, because I like the strength of schedule. I like the rank wins, but I think winning matters, man. Yep. I think winning matters, and I think team 3 is going to have their say soon. So right now, team 4 first offense. I think I know who that is too. I want to put respect on team 5's name right now.
Okay, so team 5
with 2 losses though, I can't put them above. I can't put them above
all those other numbers.
I can't put them above. I can't put them above 10-0 or 9-0 because winning matters, man. I'm gonna have to take team 3 right now, man. Just off of
team 3. Okay,
I'm gonna take team 3 just because I think I know who they are, and I think they're gonna have their say coming up shortly. So they'll be able to prove my ranking right or wrong.
Okay, we're going to find out in a second who team 3 is.
I'll go right to team 1.
The schedule. You're going team 1.
Yeah, just rank wins. I know it's 84. I mean, this is really hard here. This is really hard. I think I know.
Second worst strength of schedule of the 5 programs is team 1, but the most ranked wins and an 8-1 record. All right, so Mark is going team 3. Urban Team 1. All right, let's see who the teams are right now. Here's the big ZipRecruiter blind resume reveal. So Team 1 that you picked, Urban, was SMU. And how about that? Mark, you picked Indiana. You were thinking about Ole Miss at number 5, and I get you. I get you. But Coach went with SMU, and Mark, you went with Indiana.
I was right because I knew this was Indiana, and I was like, I don't care about the 100 strength of schedule because next week they have the opportunity to play the second best team in the country, possibly the best team in the country. So I was right. They will have their say here in about a week. In 2 weekends, they will have their say. So I'm not mad with my choice.
You know what's going to be interesting is ranked wins obviously matters, right? We get it, and we put a lot of value on it. Obviously, Coach, you did, right? Because you gave SMU your top pick, and their 2 ranked wins. But their 2 ranked wins are not against top 5, top 10 teams, right? They're against lower, quote unquote, ranked teams as well. So that's going to be one of the conversations is like, how much value do you put on this win compared to maybe these ranked wins? Or how many points do you get for a good loss? Like Indiana losing in Columbus in a tight game, if they don't win it, is going to be a good loss. I don't think Indiana is going to get dinged that much if they have a bad next Saturday in Columbus.
I agree. I mean, this just woke me up here and SMU, but I keep just going back to the reality. Take SMU, who, by the way, incredible story down there in Dallas. Go slap that Georgia schedule right in there and just have a conversation. But you know what?
And looking
they
at
don't.
this,
they don't play it.
Right.
They play their schedule. They've won 2 ranked games.
And winning matters.
Man.
Winning matters. But look at this. Ole Miss down there 8-2. Remember, I was kind of hesitant about the Ole Miss. I think this is the best team on the schedule. This might be the best team out of the 5. This is a good list right here. I like this little blind resume. I like this little blind resume here. These are all playoff teams right here.
Well, I ask you, I'm sure you could do this. Ask Vegas. What's the point spread? Ole Miss.
They always got it right. Mark, I'm with you. I think all 5 of these teams. I think 4 of these programs will get into the college football playoff. I think SMU, Miami. I think it's kind of only
a one big
ACC
conference.
Conference at the moment. Ole Miss keeps winning. They have to be in there. And you're right. Those numbers validate it. What a big win for Coach Kiffin. I think Indiana is in, even with some type of manageable loss. And I'm happy for BYU in the Big 12. I hope the Big 12 comes in and is a disruptor on that final college football playoff running. I'd love to see them sneak 2 teams in there. I'd love to see Colorado run the table, win the Big 12, get that bid, and BYU also gets it as well. It's going to be